Hello, folks. This is the second half hour of Living Pain Free. I'm Dr. Marc Darrow, and my co-host is not here with me today. That's Dr. Thomas Grove. And what we do every day, all day long, and I've been doing this almost 30 years, is injecting with stem cells and PRP, that's platelet-rich plasma, to heal your sports injuries, anything on the body, really. And then arthritis. We don't heal diseases. That's not our business. We don't do IVs, and I'm not sure any of that really works. We hear about people going to other stem cell clinics around the world, and they spend a frickin' fortune to get these IV stem cells, and they feel good for a few days, and they think it's amazing, and then their pain comes back. So I'm a little bit skeptical about that. Certainly not against it. I'm certainly against doctors charging a fortune for things that aren't going to work, or even charging a fortune for anything. So I'd be careful about that. We have a body worker in Chicago who used to send his patients south of the border into another country, and he started sending his patients here. We're very inexpensive compared to other doctors, and from my point of view, we're probably the best on the planet. I hope that's not being too humble there. I'm just kidding. But at any rate, this is Dr. Marc Darrow, Living Pain Free. And if you want to talk to me, which I would love, it makes it more interesting than me just babbling on my own. The phone number to the studio is 866-870-5752. Grab a pen or pencil, write it down. 866-870-5752. A couple of minutes with me may save you from a ridiculously needless surgery that can hurt you. What we do are simple injections. You walk in the office, you get injected, and you walk out. You don't even need anyone to drive you. There's no anesthesia. It's very safe. We use ultrasound to guide the needle in most places. And if you want to watch us injecting, that's Dr. Grove and myself, on our website, go to www.stemcellinstitute.com. That's www.stemcellinstitute.com. If you'd like a free phone consult with our staff, they're by the phones right now. And the number to our office, where you can call them, is 800-300-9300. Write it down, 800-300-9300. We'd love to hear from you right now. And by anyone calling in, you get a free copy of my book. I'm showing it to the camera right now. It's called Stem Cell and Platelet Therapy, Regenerate, Don't Operate. It's 200 pages about 256 scientific studies on how stem cells and platelets actually grow tissue back and heal the body. And it also has studies on how surgeries are failing people. As far as I'm concerned, surgery is antiquated. It comes from the dinosaur ages, and it's hurting people. It's time to get out of that. There are times when it's needed. No question. You break a bone, you better get to an orthopedic surgeon right away. But all these meniscal tears, herniated discs, all this stuff, it's rare that that is ever needed. Rare. You can look it up on ChatGPT, my new best friend, and see what it says about surgery and the safety of stem cells and all that. Compare it. See what's right for you. So we have a caller here. It's Iris. Iris, can you hear me?
Hello?
Iris? Yeah. Are you on a cell phone driving or something?
I am. I'm surprised I can catch you. I'm going through Barstow on my way to Flagstaff.
Oh, my God.
So if I lose you, I hope I don't.
Okay.
I'm curious. I heard you speaking to a gentleman. I think it was your Nicaragua friend.
Okay.
Speaking about shingles being treated. Can you review that, please?
I can review a little bit, but it's not something we do a lot of, but I know how to handle it. It's called...
Okay.
Yeah. It's it was surprising how it happened. I did it I'm an experimenter, as people probably understand. That's how I got regenerative medicine going in this country, because I experimented in my own body. And everybody said, well, that can't work. And I said, it did work. And since then, Iris, I've done stem cells and platelets on my knees, shoulders. I've injected my own wrist, elbows. I've had other people do my neck and back, hundreds of shots on my neck and back. I was a gymnast when I was young, and I do sports. I'm 77, and I still do sports really hard, so I still get injured. I'm a dummy, like a lot of athletes are. Yeah, we're dummies. We just can't help it, but work really hard at our sports, because that makes me feel good. If I don't get to work out every day in some way, I don't feel good. I feel very sludgy, and I need to get out. And luckily, I have a husky dog named Bella, and we run out in the park. I live next to a park, and we run for a good mile and a half as fast as we can. She chases the squirrels. She loves to chase squirrels. So we have a good time exercising. But anyway, I know how to treat shingles, and they're little blisters. It's really a herpes type virus, and I don't use stem cells for that. I probably could. I never thought about it. What we use is a blend of different things, and we make little blebs around where the blisters are, and that gets rid of the pain. Generally, I can't promise anyone anything in medicine. I always tell my patients that. I'm not promising you anything. This seems to work for people, but I don't promise. I'm not a promiser, because as a doctor, I shouldn't be promising anything. But anyway, we see the pain go away very quickly, and the blisters go away quickly. And then there's a thing called post-herpetic neuralgia, where the blisters are already gone, but people have lasting pain, sometimes for years, and we can get rid of that too. So that's something to consider. If you know anyone with shingles or post-herpetic neuralgia, send them over. It's something that helps. I don't medicate people. We don't give out medicines, and people usually get something like gabapentin to hide the pain of the shingles or their post-herpetic neuralgia. I don't do that. We just inject around the area and actually get rid of it. So that's the answer to your question, I hope, Iris. I'm going to have to dump you now. Have a great trip through Barstow, because I've got someone who is very famous here who's taken priority. One of the most famous golfers on the planet is actually calling in, and I'm very excited to talk to him. His name is Mac O'Grady, and he's had stem cell injections from me. And Mac, can you hear me, Mac?
I certainly can. Thank you for inviting me.
Yeah, I just want to talk about you for a little bit, because I think you're one of the most fantastic human beings on the planet, forgetting that you are one of the best golfers that's ever lived. Mac is known as having the best swing that has ever existed on our planet. There's plenty of great pro golfers, but they don't have Mac's swing. They all want Mac's swing, but it's not an easy swing to duplicate. And why is that, Mac? Why is your swing so unique? How did it get you through winning some of the top golf tournaments in the world? What is it about your swing that's different?
Well, I was actually self-taught, and I played more than 10 sports as a kid. And all the sports I played actually put me in the positions of the alignments. And that was very helpful. But let me make a point here. You can have the most beautiful swing on the planet, but you still got to score. And it's like a woman movie star. She can have the most beautiful face, but when the red light goes on, you got to act, right?
Yeah.
In golf, there's a lot of elements involved, but when the swing is good and it's consistent and it's repeatable and it flows, Flows, there's a big advantage for doing that. And Sam Snead is up there as perhaps the guy, but listen, we're all trying to imitate him.
Yep. Well, I'm trying to imitate you. So Mac has been my patient for, I don't know, at least 10 years. And, he does beat himself up. I'm just going to read your beads, Mac. Mac is, I don't know how old you are, Mac, but you're
74.
Okay, 74. His body looks like he is about 15 years old. He is ripped. And I remember one time you came in with neck and back pain, and we injected you with stem cells. And I talked to you the next day, and you had already run where in Palm Springs where the tram is. You ran that whole thing up that steep mountain, and this guy is just incredible what you do to yourself to stay in shape. One of the things I heard about you is that when you watch TV, you put your back to the TV, so you have to turn your head and body around so you stay limber. Is that true?
You're asking me, am I like Linda Blair in the movie The Exorcist?
No, this guy's in shape. Are you going to be playing any major? Are you going to be playing in any majors soon at the age of 74?
I'm actually going to do the U.S. Open local qualifying for the regular tour in mid-April sometime, towards the end of April. So my game is healthy, and because of the stem cells, it has given me a new life, and I mean that for sure. And I'm not trying to just hype this up, but it's for real. And
you know what? Mac actually came in the office recently, and I don't know if he has any more pain because I think we've gotten rid of most of that, but he is very proactive, and he understands how stem cells work and how platelets work, and that it's regrowing tissue. So I looked at his knees with the ultrasound, and they were better today than they were when I met him 10 years ago. Because
that's true. That is true.
Well, I'm saying not only about how you feel about it. That's up to you. You can talk about that. But from a scientific point of view, looking at them, the tissue is so much healthier. You have more cartilage. The menisci are not ripped up anymore. You're like the greatest miracle I've seen with stem cells because you really take care of yourself and you're proactive. You come in when you don't even need it.
Well, let me throw this at you. There's one thing that I've done that is just common sense, and that is you have the stem cell injections, and you can wait 6 weeks as like an athlete to have like a meniscus tear. A pro athlete, 6 weeks later, he's ready to go again. But for the average guy, they're not in that kind of shape to recuperate that quickly. So one of the things I've always done, and you told me just be careful, don't get up and start doing too much exercise too soon, too fast. But I've always waited anywhere from 60 days to 90 days after I had the injections. Did I do any exercises? But then I went full speed ahead.
But Mac, most people cheat on me. And we tell people to give it at least 2 weeks, but most people cheat on me. I'm saying that facetiously. Instead of giving me a 60 to 90 days, which really isn't necessary, you did it because you're very proactive. Most people won't give it 60 to 90 minutes. They get injected. And there's a story of a golfer, actually, a different guy than you. He was an older gentleman, very wealthy, and all he did is play golf because he had nothing else to do. He came in, I did both of his knees. He came back 2 weeks later. I was expecting the typical, this is great, thank you so much. He goes, it didn't work at all. And I said, well, knowing you probably played golf right away. He goes, no, I didn't. His wife was sitting next to him, rolling her eyes up, and she said, honey, you played 3 times the first week. And he goes, that's not playing golf. That's not much. So, you got to listen to your doctor with this stuff and let the tissue grow.
Well, it's true. Well, I told you, I've had 15 surgeries on my body.
Are you kidding me?
If the doctor tells me to do something, I do it. So,
jeez.
There we go.
Well, you're a walking miracle, man. And, I watch your swing on videos all the time to try to emulate it. I can't get near to what you can do. But it's sure a pleasure knowing you, Mac. And God bless you. God bless you for your next golf tournament, and I hope you make it. And I'll be rooting for you. If you want me to caddy for you, I'll be glad to share the winnings with you.
Anytime, any place.
All right. God bless you, Mac O'Grady. You're the best.
Thank you for everything. Bye-bye now.
All right. And I absolutely love that, man. Mac O'Grady is a 100% type of guy. He goes at it. And the thing about him, he's a very sweet, sweet person. I mean, with all of his accolades, when he goes to the golf course, and I've been with him, there's 50 people that come from out of the woodworks just to be around him. The word gets out. And some of the golf courses don't like it because it's very disruptive, his presence. He's such a celebrity. But he can hit any shot. I mean, there's any shot. You can say, Mac, can you hit over here, blah, 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 up, down, whatever. So I'm going to give out the phone number to the studio here so you can talk to me like Mac O'Grady just did, like Dr. Weinzoff just did, like the golfer down in Nicaragua just did. Give us a call. Talk to me. Ask me questions. How do you avoid surgery? That's a big question. Very important question. You don't want to get a surgery you do not need. And just because a doctor tells you you need a surgery does not mean that is true. We hear it all day long. We get people healed by simple injections with stem cells and platelets, and they never needed the surgery to begin with, and they're better. They're back on their feet doing what they want to do. So the office number, the number here right now to the studio, to the radio studio, is 866-870-5752. Please write it down, save it. 866-870-5752. It's much more fun talking to you than it is me just talking about different cases I have. So I'd love to hear your questions. If you're shy, pretend it's your father, your mother, your sister, your brother, or your friend. Say you've got a friend who's got something. We don't care. We're just happy to talk to you and help you if we can. And then if you want to get a free phone consult with our office staff, they know what they're talking about here. The phone number to our office is 800-300-9300. That's 800-300-9300. You guys call in. You'll get a free copy of our book, Stem Cell and Platelet Therapy, Regenerate, Don't Operate. The front of it has a saying by Suzanne Summers, who is one of my patients. PRP and stem cell therapy might just be what you are looking for. This book could change your life for the better. And Suzanne Summers actually wrote the foreword to this book. I'm showing a picture right here to the beginning of it, to the camera. And she was really one of my favorite patients. Suzanne Summers, not just a very beautiful woman, not just very energetic, but was one of the forefronts for what we call alternative medicine. She really put herself on the line. I think she wrote like 20 books on how to save yourself from just about every disease naturally. And she had a rough go in her life with different diseases, and she always pulled through. Unfortunately, she died a while ago, and we really miss her. And I still take care of her family. I've treated almost everybody in her family. I met her through her son Bruce, who was my next door neighbor, who used to get in bike accidents all the time, and he would knock on the door and show me what happened. I would inject him right on the floor. And so Suzanne was with them one day and watched and became very interested. And she's written, in her book, she's written a few chapters about the work that I do. And God bless you and your family, all of the people, and Alan Hamill, her husband, who I also take care of. And great family, great people, very, very loving. And it's been an honor for me to take care of all of them. So I'm going to go to a question right now until we get some callers, which I hope we get soon. Oh, this is interesting. This is a very interesting question. It's not necessarily in line with what I do, but it's just an interesting question that you folks may want to hear about. We get from the internet, which is www.stemcellinstitute.com. You can look at that, and there's a space, I think, on every page to write me a question, and I answer those every day. I answer internet questions when I wake up in the morning, in between patients, when I go to sleep at night. I'm very active communicating with people. I love communicating with people. I love helping people. All of our patients, Dr. Grove and I give out our cell numbers. Every card has our cell number on it. We say, please call us if any issue comes up. We're not the doctors that are hiding behind our phones that you can't reach. We talk to people. But anyway, this question says, stroke survivor looking for recovery help with regeneration, ? That's a great question. So a lot of people have stroke either from atrial fibrillation, which is very common. It can be from high blood pressure. It can be from many things. And this person doesn't really give me the question I want to hear, which is, what's the problem? They've had a stroke, but is it weakness that they have? Is it slurring of speech? Or is it just their joints that hurt from overuse? So I worked at Rancho Los Amigos Hospital in Downey during my residency at UCLA, and we had a lot of athletes there that either stroked or had brain trauma or something of that nature, but they stayed athletes, and they were maybe wheelchair athletes at that time, so they'd overuse their shoulders doing sports, and we could help that. We can help the joints. If they had muscle tears, we could help that. But when it comes to the actual problem of the stroke, just to be honest with you folks, don't spend your money on stem cells for that, because from my research, there's nothing showing that it actually is going to help the actual symptoms of the stroke, the weakness, the aphasias, the mental issues, and some of the pain. But if it bleeds over because you have a stroke, that you're overusing some of your joints, muscles, tendons, ligaments, that we can help you with. So I have treated tons of stroke patients, not for the stroke itself, but for the ancillary fallout from the stroke. And I've done research on it. I've written research on it, published it about that. And it's very helpful. Stem cells and platelets are very helpful when they're done locally. When they're done IV, I haven't seen the results yet. Please don't go somewhere out of the country and get these IV stem cells and spend $20, $30, $40, $50,000, because we get so many people that have been there, been out of the country, spent that money, and have had short-term relief, thought it was going to be great, and then everything comes back again. So I'm not a believer yet. I hope to be. I always want to do something that works. The white horse that I ride on is do the experimenting. Hopefully you find something that's going to help people. We want to help people. Dr. Grove and I are bleeding hearts for helping people. And we spend a ton of time with people. Everybody gets our cell number. And I guess that's the end of the show so quick. I cannot believe it. I'm hearing that banjo music. I love it. Well, God bless you all, and thank you so much. I appreciate your calls, and happy healing to you. And take the surgery out of pain. Stay away from surgery. Use stem cells and platelets. Get a quick healing. And my love goes out to all of you for your happiness and your joy.
You've been listening to Living Pain Free with Dr. Marc Darrow and Dr. Thomas Grove. Now that you've heard Dr. Darrow and Dr. Grove, call their office at 800-300-9300 and speak to one of their staff absolutely free. And ask for a copy of Dr. Darrow's book, Stem Cell and Platelet Therapy, Regenerate, Don't Operate. Schedule an appointment by calling 800-300-9300. That's 800-300-9300. Or go online to stemcellinstitute.com. Again, the website is stemcellinstitute.com. Living Pain Free with Dr. Marc Darrow and Dr. Thomas Grove is heard Saturdays at 10 a.m., 1 p.m., and 5 p.m. here on AM 870, The Answer. Take the first step toward a pain-free life. Call to schedule an appointment at 800-300-9300. That's 800-300-9300. Live long and pain-free. And thanks for joining us today.